Not known for the muscle, but it's here, and we're ready to get a tussle. Ence versus Complexity. On Overpass. Let's see how this one goes down. It's going to be a B shape right to start things off. Yampi, the first one in contention, and it's nothing but chaos. Everybody's blind. Cats and dogs living together. Config and Poison team up for 2. Things start to get a little creepy crawly right about now. Sergey and Alu by themselves. Alu already up to sandbags, and that information is going to be transferred too. Takes a couple shots, whiffs a couple as well. Everything has slowed down tremendously to a snail's crawl even, Hugo.
Yeah, Cole giving Ence, and he picks back in there saying, you want it, come get it. You got to commit. No one even committing. Now a double peek from Rush and Poison in the pit. He'll hit the shot. It's Sergey alone locked in at Graffiti, and Config's even dinked him, or NATO rather, through the wall. Just waiting for them to aggress. He knows at this point the round is lost. Cole with a pistol, and NATO doubles down to close it out. It's going to be Complexity on the board. I am a little worried, right? You know, I said earlier in that post-match, like, it can be a blessing and it can be a curse to not, you know, have recently played maps. The blessing is always, you know, oh, your opponents don't really know what you're going to do because there's no demos to go through. But I will say, I don't think Cole have been looking at Ence's demos. They've probably been focusing on fitting NATO into this squad. That's been their focus right now. And obviously the negative is, well, if Ence haven't played Overpass recently, they're probably not all too prepared. We'll see what they'll bring to the table. But Cole already starting strong on the T side. Force up for Ence. They're going to get aggressive. Scout on Alu, and the long push as well denied. Config holding for it.
Yeah, Config knew he hit a couple shots there. He didn't want to slow down. He didn't want to stop. There's no crying in baseball, Harry. I guess that joke would work on a Brit, but
yeah,
there's no crying in cricket, Harry.
Nah, dude. Oh, there is when I'm playing. Because I'm very, very spoiled. Rush over here, holding on to the push. And he gets peeked by one. Aerial here as well, and he will get that trade at least. Now, they attempt the trade back, and they get it. Leaving Cole with that man advantage that they were hoping for. Looking like they want to move into this B site, and that there is the right decision to make. Blame going to flash his teammates in. And this scout smoked off in heaven, so an empty B site graces Complexity. As they take this second round, there's not really much hope here for Ence. It's likely just going to be a save.
Oh, man. You see a nade like that, you're thinking, well, that's going to do some serious damage. But then you also look at the game you're playing. You're like, nope, that's not going to do any damage.
They had double nades, right? They could have stopped a plant. We actually, I think it was actually NATO in Heroic at Pro League Season 9 that we saw this from, where Heroic set up in CT on a pistol and gave both sites away. And then when it was an A play, they just like nade stacked default. Something Ence could have done there on B as well, right? But Sunny was too far away. And maybe it wasn't the Heroic NATO. Maybe it wasn't Season 9, maybe it was later, but who knows? Something that has been done. And we see it on Vertigo even to this very day. Teams playing around those nades, but right now it's Cole getting a free plant and a round off of it, 2-0. Hence echoing around these saved weapons and still waiting for that money to kick in for the third, or fourth rather. Ali's got the mid spawn if he wants to take it with the scout. It's looking like a bit of a B stack for Ence, reading into things. Cole want nothing to do with it. They go to the top site. Oh, Rush looks away. Sergey's still here with the Deagle. He could do some damage. Sergey's got to fall off and will avoid it. Cole taking their time, being methodical in the playground, clearing things out and making sure Ence aren't aggressive as they were in the previous round, right? Sergey pushed long. Config did spot that. And even though there's some pressure outside of B here for Cole, you'll notice that bomb is going up A long. Ence have had enough of waiting around. They want to push in. The flash is being lined up. It's going to be thrown late. Rush is blind. Spraying with a Mac 10. He's got cover at least. A trade from Blame. Bomb actually falling back down lower. This could be a dangerous decision for Cole if they walk into this B stack, but another kill will tempt them in further, and for good reason. Sunny gives it up. It's down to a Deagle and a Scout.
Yampi Overwhelmed. Alu knocked out of the round, and Colt, they get all the conversions on the back of that pistol, and now they're probably feeling pretty good. And we're going to see Alu here with a bit of extra money. Can invest in that AWP right away. Makes the decision to play it glass cannon, even though Sergey could have dropped it over. But prioritizing having full utility on the rifles. And that's a decision we're going to have to wait and see how that fares for Ence, right? Will it matter that Alu doesn't have armor behind this AWP? He's taken a mid-spawn, but didn't commit to the peak. Instead goes long side. So no immediate action. Instead, we're looking for something immediate. It's this short control being taken by Complexity. Nice foothold to have here. No dilly-dallying around over outside of this B site. But now they do wait, hoping to catch someone from Ence going aggressive, or maybe just overstepping the boundary a little bit. Ence aren't in the mood to give anything over, though, moving into their first rifle round. So it's just a passive play being met with a passive play on the other side.
These nades are doing almost nothing. I mean, one of them was a CT nade into themselves, but not the end of the world. Bomb is outside B, and, well, Ence are inside B. They've got no kit, so they're not playing too aggressive. Just waiting for Cole to come, and they will. Lining up utility as we speak. Alu's here as a fourth man as well. Sergey solo away. We've got the AWP. Well, it gets smoked off. There's the barrel molly. Sunny waiting. Flash is good. Aerial's gone. Yampy peeks for one, but is poisoned with a trade, leaving one man and one man alone on the site. The AWP baited with a shot from NATO, and he's actually got the B site under control. Ence have to give it up. Even with one trade from Sunny, that's all it is. And, ooh, there's a gap in the Molotov, but it does spread, cutting Sergey out. I said no kits, and that still remains true. This retake, ugh, unlikely.
Yeah. NATO with a nice kill right there. Nets him down to 29 HP, but that pretty much eliminates any idea of getting back into this round for Ence. We're going to see a fourth up on the board for COL.
NATO's rocking the board as well. 7-0, I think, right now. Not bad at all. Perfect start. Gotten better every map, right? Was a bit slow on Train. Was positive on Mirage. And now, boy, he's reverse Bond. 4-0 for Cole, taking control.
Just like the can opener. And also the can closer.
He can do it all.
Not sure what a can closing machine would look like. Maybe something like this. Oh.
Ence putting a bit of money in at least, right? They got the AWP still on Alu. Was kind of unable to do much in that round. It's going to be a bit more aggressive in this one. Nade set up towards B. Aerial, ooh, taking 30 damage from 3 nades. That's pretty free. Ooh, Alu's burning out. Oh, he's got to move. He's not moving. He even had a smoke to drop on it. Didn't want to give his position away. Tries to hang around, and he will pay the price. Not with his life, but with a lot of it.
Not only that, I felt like he could sense right-click in the smoke, and because the molly was up on top of the... I don't even know what to call that, because it's not really like a call, but up on top of the party.
Party.
Didn't just want to die.
Oh, he's flashed off as well. Double entry for NATO, man. He's still flawless, 9-0. Haters will say this image is fake.
Nope. That's just the latest image of NATO Sapphics. But he has been unlocked in this round, in this game so far, in this map. And go for another one.
Oh,
and look at him go.
10-0.
Half.
Oh, yeah.
3-0 in the round, 10-0 in the map itself. Here comes that B hit.
Just an overpass player, man.
Must be what it is.
They're sending him in first, right? He's doing a lot of the entry work right now, and typically Ence have been really good. Like, they were very comfortable on Train. Ooh, Conflict. They were very comfortable on Train with their setups, knowing who's looking where, but he's getting a lot of good flash kills, brute forcing these fights, and checking all the spots. 5-0 for Cole with the bomb plant down. Ence are looking to save their guns.
That's about all they're going to be able to do. Alu's still in that 15 HP started the round with when he decided to play with fire. We all know what happens when you play with fire.
You get burned.
Yes, indeed.
A clean sweep right now for Cole. It's the most confident they started a map right. Train very much down on the CT side in the first half. Mirage 6-1 before they recover well and win out the half. And even then, it didn't feel comfortable in that second with 5 CT rounds interrupted by a streak of Ence. This is turning the tide for Complexity. Alu 0-2, 5 rounds in, right? There's been a lot of saving. He's had this all-pool game long, but now he really needs to put himself in a position to succeed. They've not been giving him the mid-kills, right? Cole have been defaulting outside of B. Poison is set up, back to the triple nades, waiting for the round that it works. It's not today, and now for the rest of the map, Ence are going to be scared of boosting up there in expectation that Cole throw those nades again. And I kind of like that precedent set from Cole, right? It's not that expensive of a risk, and the reward is so great if it works. Boost is pretty standard, and you can even catch timings on players like jump spotting short, which is common as well. Something Ence are going to be scared of doing, getting that info. Now the nades have gone out, perfect time to boost. But they're not going to commit with it. Alu and Sergey side by side on A. Cole leave B after the triple nades, right? They know that Ence are expecting heavy lower control. And so Cole do the opposite. Will that mean this AWP finally has a chance to get into the action?
I hope so. NATO on the other side, the one man who I actually don't want to be on the receiving end of Alu's AWP. I want to see how long we can... Oh, that's a nice little tag, but Alu's still here, going to get his revenge. NATO hoping he could trade, but that is a very good nade from Alu, bringing him down to half. Config creeping up to this long smoke. And Blame just deletes Sergey. Config was about to get it anyway. And Config's now closer than Ence were ever expecting. He gets away with that kill, tags Alu up as well.
Save.
On the wall bang. And you're bang on, Hugo. This might have to be a save for Ence, but at an 0-5 scoreline, you might still feel tempted to have to give this a look in. And Config has continued this aggression. There's his chance, in with one, making a double, and just the low HP Alu left. Config dodges the shot, reloading because he didn't have any ammo, still charging at Alu. And there we go, they hound him down. Complexity 6-0. And they look like they're having fun with it now. This is a nice change of pace. This is a nice new face for Cole. And this just ties into, remember earlier on we were saying like it would be that much more special for Complexity to have faced such a major what's the word?
I know what word you're going for.
Adversary, yeah, kind of, I don't know.
Sure, that's one way of putting it.
Like, there's such a big problem moving into these playoffs. And then still, band back together, bring a new guy in, and make a playoff run.
Yeah.
And right now, with a 6-0 scoreline, they're looking good to do exactly that.
Oh, Poison's holding. The peek comes through. He looks down as Alu goes for the shot. Yampy on the second door. We've yet to see him don that too much. And he will get traded after once. Still an advantage in the favor of Ence. Bomb outside B. Cole looking to commit. Rush is going to flash Config out. The flash doesn't go deep enough, and Aerial is there to deliver, keeping the advantage in the favor of the Finns. Nice grenade, as they often have been, but not finding the killing blow. Sunny gone, and they know there's a player still on the side. Aerial was the one to kill Config. Rush getting spammed as the SMG comes out on short, swapping out to the AK. Rush is committing. NATO above the boxes. Double He's on 12-0. It's him and Rush to take on Sergey. The grenade that could have stopped the plant, but it bounces too short. Sergey fires far and gets Rush in through the wall. The AWP in the one-on-one. Back to the rifle it is. 3 bullets. Reload needed. NATO waits with the AWP on 20 health.
His usual weapon of choice to keep the flawless scoreline going, both for him and for Complexity. There's the tag, but not the killing blow. Wow. Sergey winning out the 1v1, and the defuse coming in. Ence, they finally deliver their first, and they finally put a stop to Cole and NATO Safix.
There's madness on both fronts, right? From the 2-on-4 that Cole somehow make a winnable round, the double entry from NATO, Rush setting them up, and then Ence just coming in aggressive, chasing on the flank. That was mad. That made no sense. The nade for Sergey should have ended the round. It should have won him it in the first place. He gets it nonetheless, but this grenade almost cost Ence everything. Keeps them in this one though, 1-6. Finding their first, better late than never. This was a scoreline Cole were up against, right? They were 6-1 down on Mirage, and they still picked up the map. Ence, plenty of chances to get back into the action. Still money for Cole, though. Poison with the Orb. Meeting Alu, again, burning to a crisp. This time on B short, he runs through that early short Molotov to gain control, but he takes such a beating and has no reward for it. There's Rush hiding outside a Monster. NATO clearing Con on his own, but Alu could be in for assistance. Sergey coming in, NATO with the shot. He is hungry for more, and even though the nade blows the door off, helped out from the B players, Alu can't see a thing, not yet.
Yeah, this should still be a pretty tricky spot for NATO to get out of. Ooh. Unless he does that. Drops himself a smoke. That gives NATO a way out. That's also going to force a rotate up from Ence into this A site. 2 players here, splitting between either site with even odds.
Oh, I like the reaggression as well, trying to get information. Cole haven't even cleared out these positions either. The bomb's waiting, though. Cole are ready for this for whatever reason. They're prepared. And they might get rewarded. Rush with an entry into B. That's only going to push Ence further forward. Config moves as they peak, but Poison follows up with the Orb, and there's 2 here, both seen and dealt with, all on Alu. Utility has been the bane of his existence in this map. Mollied, naded, smoked off, and now trying to save, but NATO, he ain't going to let it happen.
Oh, Alu seems so aware, but at this, oh man, he's nailed it. All right. Nice. No, I save Orb. Alu looking to get away with it. And he should be good too, as long as he don't like fall down the ladder or anything.
Yeah.
He's tempted. But yeah, saving in the most grim little spot you can. Alu gets out of there with 1 HP. Still 7-1 for Cole. Config dying to the bomb, but not the end of the world. There's still plenty of money here for Complexity. And it's not like you can say the same thing here for Ence.
Yeah. Very fast shot. Yeah, Ence win 1, immediately reset. That's a dire spot to be in on the CT side. Config dying to the bomb at the end of the round. Doesn't feel good. But as you said, it's really not a worry at this point for Complexity. They are rolling in the dough. Eco for Ence. Uh-oh. Ooh, psych. You thought.
It's a nice knife he has, though, I'll tell you that.
Bit of an old Classico.
Let's see it. Oh, yeah.
Well, nice knife is cool.
This is a really good read from Cole. Like, they make the call, don't even peek connector. And I love that, right? They wrap long, and this is the perfect round to make this play happen. You know, I feel like Complexity are maybe even leaning the way that this could have been a con stack, because they completely avoid that avenue. They group up longside and just look to take advantage, knowing that the money isn't good for Ence. Now, the AWP getting away did pose a bit of a risk with this call, but I think they just feel like, you know, if Alu's in A, they can take that fight. You know, they can long that one out. And in comes all this utility. Oh. Sunny relegated to the truck position. The only thing that wasn't Molotov, and even more raining on in now. Sunny flashes, not that good. And Alu helping his teammate out, the pistols doing the damage. Deary me, Poison not able to deliver. And it's all left on to Rush. Alu nailing every shot that was needed. Ence, they win that with pistols. A USP gets a kill in the site take. NATO blinds his teammate. Then Alu chains a flash together to allow Sunny to keep peeking. That fell apart for Complexity.
It felt, it would have been nicer if Cole set that execute when they were closer to the A site, but the fact that they gave like an extra 5 to 10 seconds, not even 10, like 5 to 7 seconds to Ence after they throw those Molotovs. Sunny makes a call like, it's A. Like there's a full execute, there's 3 mollies, there's 2 smokes, it's A, and everyone on Ence is up into the site in time. If Cole were closer when they threw that utility, that could have and should have been their round. Yampy on the AWP. Finding Rush. Double AWP again for Ence. Yampy once more, but nothing given to him outside of Monster. At least that's further info for Ence that this part of the map is clear. They still have 2 on the A side right now anyway. B short is mainly being controlled by Cole. Instead, this time it's just Cole. Back up towards the top site. Alu waiting and Poison. That looked like a dead-on shot, but he hits the wallbang and tags Alu to 20, backing up to the truck. Alu is the master of living with 20 health.
He really is.
Out alive.
Don't know how he does it, but he does. Time and time again. So much that it can't be coincidence.
You're right. It's about time I came forward and told you all. It's going to be the A site where Complexity turns its attention to, rather.
Config.
How far out Config is. He's got him lined up, too. He finds Sergey significant damage onto Sunny. But finally, is able to take him out completely. And for Alu, well, what are you really going to do, Alu?
That.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh dear. Enter hoping kills get delivered to them, but Config again pushing into the bank. He's been quite the nuisance in these A post plants. Yampy on his own, still giving this a go, still full sending. He sees the jump. NATO getting shot, and Yampy, oh, what a flig! Oh, what? How? I don't even know. Yampy's was spurred on by the double kill, but Poison will shut it down as quick as you like.
Yeah, that was a quick shot. Man.
Left, right, good night. And yeah, Config getting out through the long smoke. That's been great again for Cole, right? It happened earlier where Blame spammed Sergey out even though Config was closer. And then, you know, Ence go, oh, he's deep long. He's like all the way at the back. And then Config pops through and catches a player rotating up through the dumpster. I love it when teams play that long smoke, flash through, be a nuisance. Ence getting caught. Now a full mid stack and the bomb's going B. So even if they get this kill to Poison, it's only an AWP retrieved. Ali's got the scout. And they're only setting up passive for the time being. He can flash them in when needed. Right now, they're hearing nothing. This is pretty standard for Cole, just putting the AWP alone and nothing else. Poison sees 2, and he takes them both, running away. Thankfully, he's still got his life intact. NATO smokes his Molotov, but it's still a wall that will keep Ence out for the time being.
NATO wants kills, he wants stats. He wants the stat line to look pretty. And this is the round for it. Oh! They rush him with the pistols. It could get ugly. NATO holding on and is good for all 3. 9 on the board for Cole. The dominance continues. My, oh my. 17 and 4 on NATO as well. This is quite the turnaround. This was the man we were waiting to see all series long. This was great from Poison as well. Don't know how he gets away with 2 there.
Clean. Shot in the railing, not even a worry. AWP out again for Alu. Been avoided mostly by Cole. They've done a good job at that, but they're switching it up. They're going fast into this B bomb site. There's a 4-man stack here and a player in connector as well. Oh boy, this one could get hot. Alu avoiding the Molotov this time, but still taking 50 damage from it. The molly on Yampy smokes it off. Cole committing. Yampy pushed back to safety. For now, it's about to get dangerous. Config, missed shot on the opening. He's flashed out. Rush does trade him, but Yampy still stands strong on the site. Sunny helps him out before he dies after 1, and NATO, same story. It's all on Blame, late to the party. Drone utility now has to pick up the round.
Yampy is probing though, looking to go aggressive. That offers him up to Blame, who almost spray transfers onto Sergey. Not able to do so though. 3 on the board for Ence. Complexity there, you know, they try and just mix things up. They go, right, let's try a B rush, because we haven't just done an aggressive B play out of spawn. And now they realize that there's a very, very heavy Ence presence there. A presence, you could say, down in that B site. And so that might now deter them from hitting B.
It's the kind of call you make when you're 8-3 up, right? You're like, oh, a lot of our slow rounds are working, a lot of our defaults are good, you know, the mid rounds are fine, and now let's just completely switch it up and catch them off guard. That was like a money-breaking round as well, would have left Ence with nothing. And so, Cole, they're gonna do it again, why not? This time a bit slower, respecting the utility. That nade is lovely. But again, the util being lined up, Blame with the heaven smoke. Yampy getting pushed out once more. Ence, only 2 players here and only 1 in the site. Yampy's got to put up one hell of a fight, and he does back up after 1. Seeing Rush on default and taking him down as well. Great defense from Yampy right now. Can he follow up? Molly pushes him again into the open. NATO's above the barrel, and Yampy can't see him. Double trade right back for Cole, but Sunny is in hot pursuit.
Oh, here Here he comes in through Cat, but he can't find the man on the bottom. Poison, how's he still alive? Suddenly, he's gotten out of there, but Sunny does trade it, and now Blame tucked down here, hidden for now at least. They don't know, and so Blame emerging, deals with the first. Sunny back in the sight of Blame. Reaps the reward, 2 in the 1v2 to put a 10th on the board for Complexity, and that money for Ence now is gone.
Yeah, what happened there for Sunny? The double flank up short and he sprays Poison to 10. He dinks him in the smoke, but then he like looks around the pillar like, where's the bomb plant? Default's clear. Is it like a barrels plant close to the pillar? No. Well, where's he going to be? Well, there's only one place he can be, still in the sight, in the smoke. Sunny doesn't realize, and it costs Ence the round. Shotgun for Alu. Money trouble for Ence. 10 on the board for Complexity. Back out B short. This time, not committing to the monster, but they might still take the site. There's only one man here. This will be one hell of a round to B-rush. Sunny has wall-banged Poison out of middle through Playground. NATO again lurking con, but Alu has the gun to deal with it. One shot is all you need. Is NATO quick on the trigger? Oh, he's seen him. Oh, he's trapped, and NATO's got the kill. Looking to lock down many more as they run down the connector. He backs up for now. Sunny deletes him, but there's 2 more on short side waiting. Sunny is very fast, and that's the bomb lost in no man's land. Config in a clutch, a 1-on-2 to keep Cole up.
First has to deal with Sergey. And the moment he does, they know where he is. There's the kill, but this is where Yampy up on the corner is short. Should have this all locked in. Very low on config. Nade rains in through the door. Yampy on the other side. Trying to go through. And of course, why would Yampy be playing there? That's what he's saying to himself right now. It's 4 on the board for Ence. They deal with that one well. The fast com play gives some results over.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea there for Sergey, but if anything, it just gives Config the knowledge that he's in connector and to be aware. He drops a smoke, pretending he's hiding behind it, and then pushes through, but Config hears the nade drop and he goes, well, someone can't. Let's take him down, and he does, but can't find the clutch. Ence, good on these low economy rounds. Alu back on the shotgun, looking to give it another go. Sunny's push mid. Oh, CT flash, there's one finally coming through from Sergey, but it runs through on the T side. Oh my, NATO with one, but that's the only one. The Cole are gonna find Sunny, eventually overwhelmed, but Rush in one hell of a clutch, and not even a rifle to retrieve. It's dropped off the edge. Oh, it's actually under the bench, but good luck getting to it. Oh boy, there it is, the grab.
Oh.
He doesn't know how close Alu is.
Seven's pushed through the smoke. It's wrapping in behind Alu. He hasn't seen him either. There he is. Okay, that's not the good range for the Mag 7. Rush. There's one. Gets the reload off thanks to that smoke as well. Ence are like trying to give him every helping hand they can. And even more damage onto Alu. Not the kill yet. This felt undoable. Rush, though, making it seem like there is a chance. Alu repositioning. He loves the long-range fight with the Mag. I don't know if the Mag 7 loves it, though.
They line up here, do they?
This is scary.
Seems like it.
This is scary. Rush.
Oh no.
Tiptoeing in, drops the flash, peeks with it, and now Alu there to respond. It's 5 for Ence to round out the half. Complexity leading the charge with 10, looking to reverse the streak of this series and take a victory. Can they do it? Or do Ence make one hell of a recovery happen? You're gonna have to wait and see. We'll be watching.
Own utility now has to pick up the round.
Yampy is probing though, looking to go aggressive. That offers him up to Blame. Almost spray transfers onto Sergey. Not able to do so though. 3 on the board for Ence. Complexity there, you know, they try and just mix things up. They go, right, let's try a B rush, because we haven't just done an aggressive B play out of spawn. And now they realize that there's a very, very heavy Ence presence there. A presence, you could say, down in that B site. And so that might now deter them from hitting B.
That's the kind of call you make when you're 8-3 up, right? You're like, oh, a lot of our slow rounds are working, a lot of our defaults are good, you know, the mid rounds are fine, and now let's just completely switch it up and catch them off guard. That was like a money-breaking round as well, would have left Ence with nothing. And so, Colt, they're gonna do it again, why not? This time a bit slower, respecting the utility. That nade is lovely. But again, the util being lined up, playing with the heaven smoke. Yampy getting pushed out once more. Ence, only 2 players here and only 1 in the site. Yampy's got to put up one hell of a fight, and he does back up after 1. Seeing Rush on default and taking him down as well. Great defense from Yampy right now. Can he follow up? Molly pushes him again into the open. Nato's above the barrel, and Yampy can't see him. Double trade right back for Cole, but Sunny is in hot pursuit.
Oh, here he comes in through Cap, but he can't find the man on the bomb. Poison, how's he still alive? Suddenly, he's gotten out of there, but Sunny does trade it, and now Blame tucked down here, hidden for now at least. They don't know, and so Blame emerging, deals with the first. Sunny back in the sight of Blame. Reaps the reward, 2 in the 1v2 to put a 10th on the board for Complexity, and that money for Ence now is gone.
Yeah, what happened there for Sunny? The double flank up short, and he sprays Poison to 10. He dinks him in the smoke, but then he like looks around the pillar like, where's the bomb plant? Default's clear. Is it like a barrels plant close to the pillar? No. Well, where's he going to be? Well, there's only one place he can be, still in the sight, in the smoke. Sunny doesn't realize, and it costs Ence the round. Shotgun for Alu. Money trouble for Ence. 10 on the board for Complexity. Back out B short. This time, not committing to the monster, but they might still take the site. There's only 1 man here. This will be one hell of a round to B-rush. Sunny has wallbanged Poison out of middle through playground. Nato again lurking con, but Alu has the gun to deal with it. 1 shot is all you need. Is Nato quick on the trigger? Oh, he's seen him. Oh, he's trapped, and Nato's got the kill. Looking to lock down many more as they run down the connector. He backs up for now. Sunny deletes him, but there's 2 more on short side waiting. Sunny is very fast, and that's the bomb lost in no man's land. Config in a clutch. A 1-on-2 to keep Cole up.
First has to deal with Sergey. And the moment he does, they know where he is. There's the kill, but this is where Yampy up on the corner is short. Should have this all locked in. Very low on config. Nade rains in through the door. Yampy on the other side. No. Trying to go through. And of course, why would Yampy be playing there? That's what he's saying to himself right now. It's 4 on the board for Ence. They deal with that one well. The fast com play gives some results over.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea there for Sergey, but if anything, it just gives Config the knowledge that he's in connector and to be aware. He drops a smoke, pretending he's hiding behind it, and then pushes through, but Config hears the nade drop, and he goes, well, someone can't. Let's take him down, and he does, but can't find the clutch. Ence, good on these low economy rounds. Alu back on the shotgun, looking to give it another go. Sunny's push mid. Oh, CT flash, there's one finally coming through from Sergey, but they run through on the T side. Oh my, Nato with 1, but that's the only one. The Cole are gonna find Sunny, eventually overwhelmed, but Rush in one hell of a clutch, and not even a rifle to retrieve. It's dropped off the edge. Oh, it's actually under the bench, but good luck getting to it. Oh boy, there it is, the grab. Oh, he doesn't know how close Alu is.
Seven's pushed through the smoke. It's wrapping in behind Alu. He hasn't seen him either. There he is. Okay, that's not the good range for the Mag 7. Rush. There's one. Gets the reload off thanks to that smoke as well. Ence are like trying to give him every helping hand they can. And even more damage onto Alu. Not the kill yet. This felt undoable. Rush, though, making it seem like there is a chance. Alu repositioning. He loves a long-range fight with the Mag. I don't know if the Mag 7 loves it, though.
They line up here, do they?
This is scary.
Seems like it.
This is scary. Rush.
Oh no.
Tiptoeing in, drops the flash, peeks with it, and now Alu there to respond. It's 5 for Ence to round out the half. Complexity leading the charge with 10, looking to reverse the streak of this series and take a victory. Can they do it? Or do Ence make one hell of a recovery happen? You're gonna have to wait and see. We'll be watching.
momento precioso y sepas que cuando pides ayuda yo me levanto. Todo lo que tengo lo comparto. Y aunque me sienta triste yo canto, ay canto. Vive una vida llena de personas que te quieran, que te respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y levanta la cabeza. Sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay, mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala. Si la situación te asusta, enfréntala. Si la vida es injusta, tú grita. Deja de callar, escucha. Si la alegría te abraza, acéptala. Si la suerte no te roza, búscala. Nunca te prives de la felicidad, de tu libertad. De tu libertad. De tu libertad. Tengo la fuerza, vivir no me espanta. Si me conoces, sabe bien que no soy santa. No me privo de lo que me encanta. Si no hay razones para que lo haga, no. Me gustan los problemas, sabe que yo ando como quiera, no digo que no. Yo soy a mi manera, no me arrepiento. Escucha mi consejo, mi amigo. Vive una vida llena de personas que te quieran, que te respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y levanta la cabeza. Sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay, mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala. Si la situación te asusta, enfréntala. Si la vida es injusta, tú grita. Deja de callar, escucha. Si la alegría te abraza, acéptala. Si la suerte no te roza, búscala. Nunca te prives de la felicidad, de tu libertad.
Yeah, and that's a vibe I want to ride in on right there. Well, maybe not so much that one, but anyway, here we are. Nonetheless, the very last map of the series. We're looking at Overpass and NATO Sapphics, who's slotted in right here nicely with complexity in this map. He's actually shown up in a big way, a huge way, such a big way that it's undeniable. I'm here with Harry and Hugo, and Hugo, we looked at this, we gave him a report card beforehand, but of course 10-5 now, and he's pretty much led the charge. 22-8 at the end of the first half. How about now?
He's juiced up, he's gluten-free, and he's top fragging. It's all what you love to see for complexity. Will it continue though? Flashed out on short. NATO's gonna save Russia's life, but how long for? They back out. Here comes the monster play. NATO doubling down, and he's still here. He's still standing in the pit, not for long. Double trade back for Ence. They've got the site, but fast short flank for Config could be everything. They smoke him off. Poison peaks from heaven. Sergey should hear the metal steps, and Ence, they are gonna throw a spanner in the works. Running up CT, Poison trying to hold on. The jumping Glock, Poison holds, but he only gets one. Do they run back to B where they know Config sits, or do they take A where Blame desperately looks to regain territory? It will be the latter.
Yeah, if you're complexity right here, like WTF, man.
Round the world.
Full send. They're gonna plant for bank, Blame F at long. Might get himself a free kill. He does. One taps aerial out of the sky. Sergey's with a swing from bank, and that one's also gonna go away to Blame F. 11-5.
Yeah, great recovery for Cole where they realize that, okay, yeah, I'm getting rush CT. Poison makes the call. You see Blame immediately goes back up. He was heading down towards B to help Config, and nope, he stays on that A site. Doesn't let Ence get control, and they are not ready for a long position. That's like the furthest thing away from a B rotator. Blame throwing caution to the wind and gets both kills in the post plant. Complexity 11-5, a pistol win on top of a dominant first half in the T side. That is not what Ence wanted in this matchup. Keep in mind, it's not elimination yet. This is a double elim playoffs. If Ence lose this match and map, they will fall down to face Mousesports tomorrow.
Happy hunting.
Ooh, the old boosteroo.
Seen this in a little while.
Yeah, it's been some time. Config is heaven. Alu with the scout.
Let's do it, guys. Let's go.
Rain in the way.
Of course. Here it is. Alu.
Oh,
They're
he's
checking it.
He's
Config. He's ready for the 5-man boost.
All right, then.
Go wait in the lobby, Alu. And now, man advantage taken for Complexity. Wow.
Don't see that every day.
Have seen it before, but don't see it every day. You're exactly right. And on the back of that, it's just Ence that are crumbling, falling apart at the wayside. Poison. He strings together 2 kills before Aerial's finally there to eliminate him with the AK. And what is a 4-on-1 for Aerial? Round didn't start the way Ence wanted it to, and I can almost guarantee you it's not going to end the way they want it to either.
Oh, NATO going for it. For Sen, the double peek is fine for Cole. They trade out and they get AKs galore. Rush throwing them over to Config as well. So 2 AKs dragged out of the round, and Ence kicking and screaming to the lower bracket right now if they don't recover soon. 12-5, another eco. How is Config ready for that? I don't know. It's not, you know, it'd be one thing if Cole had the mid control and they go, oh, no one's out mid, and they were peeking Monster, so they go, oh, no one's out B. But they didn't have the mid control. Their mid play was very passive in the toilets, and so even though the call was made, yeah, like nothing's been seen, we don't know. That's all Config has, and it's enough.
But also, just think about the situation right there. What if he had an AUG? Speaking of which, what about a spray down from Rush as he stops a Rush over here at the B Monster?
Oh, what?
4, not a 5th. NATO Sapphics. Got a little bit of a surprise twist there for you.
Yeah, he's getting benched after that one. Get him out.
For sure, he's gone. But obviously, you know, what happens if Config has an AUG there? Is it easier? Let's just be honest with each other.
Yeah, right?
What if he had a Deagle?
Ooh, that's a hard shot.
Harry?
I mean, it's Config, right? You can't let anything go past that man. It's still, the Deagle headshot would have done like 92 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, true.
And Alu would have been like, I'm getting down from here.
And cratered?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Run! Just dies immediately. 13-5 though. The spray down. The heaven to the 5-man boost read. Cole ahead in every single regard right now. And so this buy round for Ence, this is really their chance, like to try and get back into this game. And if this doesn't go their way, they're kind of force buying the entire time.
And not where they want to be. The smoke on the molly is perfect because Blame is boosted and he spams out Aerial's legs. There's another player. NATO will get domed by Sunny, and Yampy responds quickly in the middle. Double con setup. They're actually trapped in between 2. Yampy and Sergey have this on lock. Rush is going to try and reaggress at the short side. If he can find Sunny, maybe he can bring this back in their favor. Config's done it on his own, though. Sunny is tucked in an unorthodox position, but throwing a nade, Rush is ready, and he does deal with him. This has been on a pendulum, back and forth, and back again in the favor of Complexity. 3-on-2, Molly on Monster, no progress for Alu. Yampy's low at long, and the bomb's going B. Is Alu going to wait for Yampy's contact, or is he just going to hope he can get a plant and Yampy can come in for the hold from heaven? It's not going to be that easy. That smoke, though, that gives Alu room. Yampy could actually sell this fake.
Oh, dear. And Config, no clue, gets blindsided by Alu. He sees the bomb, but now Yampy arrives as well. And Blame shaking his head. Guys, how have you let this happen in this way? Left in a 1v2. Blame is no stranger to heavy lifting. And so here comes this Monster retake from Blame F. Bomb planted open, so Yampy can hold that from heaven. Alu spotted in the sight, but gets the better of Blame, and Ence do put a 6th on the board. Yampy and Alu with a 2-on-3 to get them there.
Yeah, that was a really good round. Like, lovely reaction from Yampy. He knifes out through the A site. He's so confident that he has that room for free, and Cole aren't even really playing either bomb site. You know, Config tries to buy himself time by dropping that smoke, but if anything, it just lets Alu push through. And then caught with his knife out in the site. Not the way Cole wanted that to go. It's brought a lifeline. It's brought time for Ence in this T side. Orbs back out for Poison. Ence don't have that money just yet. Back to flat rifles. Rush spamming short.
And you know what? I think at this point, just want to give a special shout out to Mac, our brothers from down under, who was in the fan cams. Sorry to wake you up with that last play, but it was a blinder. Poison set up pretty nicely here towards sandbags. He's going to have a pretty advantageous angle, but don't go any further than that. He takes a shot, he's going to fall off. That's going to prompt a smoke towards the sandbags themselves. And for Ence, it just hasn't felt like they've had that sort of weight to their T side. You know, it's like you get the winds taken out of your sails right as soon as Alu falls off the boost.
Config.
Yeah, I was going to say, this round hinges on Config, right? Like, in a sense, he can either be a liability or he could be the saving grace here. The fact that he hasn't been checked means that that latter option is very, very possible. Blame just needs to hold on to the site. That sounds easy, right? And maybe for Blame it is. He's in with a double. There's Config arriving from long. And suddenly, it's Sunny, left in a 1v4. Does get the bomb down, but Poison runs on in, and Sunny falls. Tried to hype up that 1v4 a little bit too much there from Sunny. That ended up being Overcast.
Nice.
Well, we are on Overpass with the Overcast. It might not last,
but we're having a blast.
And
Or
we're gonna
blast, I guess I'd have to say it like to make that right.
Yeah, there you go.
This cast might almost be over if Complexity have their way. 14-6 right now. What a crazy play for Poison. You love to see it. Deep mid molly. Complexity taking control away. Yappy goes in through the molly with a smoke of his own. Boost up again for Blame. He's going to find Alu running short side. That's a nice start. How will it go on? Poison posting on Monster Sunny. Cross is out alive at least, but Poison's going back for more, and now Sunny's trapped on the left side. Not for long. He's sent back to spawn. Aerial trying to yeet into B with a flashbang. It's not going to work. That molly ticks, and they hear him. Bomb dropped on short as well. It's something he's got to go back for and go and rejoin his teammate on the A bomb site. No way you're getting a bomb plant out B and Yampy flank in heaven. Not in this 5-on-2. Cole aren't giving you the room. Blame is still at long and Config spotting mid.
Whew. Yampy, quick to the trigger on the Blame, but still, the problem is here. It's not like you can just ignore it if you're Ence. You're down in man numbers.
Uh-oh.
Don't really have the control that you quite want, but Config with the timing and the shot onto Aerial.
And now with the AWP here, it's ready to deliver 15 to Call between Config and Poison. They hold down that A site. And Complexity, one away from turning this whole series around. Like, think back, really, like, think about this series for a minute. Train was so one-sided. It was a 16-6 with not a single round for Cole in the second half of that game. Mirage opens with a 6-1 lead to Ence. And then Complexity go on this huge streak to end up winning out the half at 8-7. Then they continue that into the second half of play. They take Mirage here on Overpass. It looks like that dominance, that building has continued. Poison dropped over in middle, the AWP given over, but Config still lies in wait to try and trade this out, and he knows that no one's committed to mid yet. Still holding on, but he hears the footsteps at least, and so Rush gonna move into position to try and join him. Config is getting a lot of information from this position at least, right? And he's actually gonna re-aggress, try and turn it to the advantage of Cole. Now this is risky, but no one's considering it, and that freebie is given over at 3-on-3, and Config's out of there. He's running away. He doesn't want to give this advantage back over to Ence now. Does get away, just about. And actually, he's going back in for more. Another for Config. Oh, and a follow-up as well as he takes down absolutely everyone. Just Aerial left alive, but he's not getting any reception here. 1v3 as he makes his way out through middle.
Oh, man.
Bomb down. Under Cole control. They've got players in the connector. They've got Config in the toilets. Aerial does best him in the head-to-head, does retrieve the bomb, but Rush up through Khan has got that locked in. And Complexity, they take the series. They continue through the upper bracket of the playoffs. My word, what a performance from them to turn that series around. And for Ence, they go on to face Mousesports tomorrow in an elimination best of 3. My word, what a turnaround from Cole and what a game from NATO. I can't wait to see what these guys have to say. And if you can't either, stick around and join us in just a minute.
As we ask for NATO Sapphics.